Ever felt like a big adventure was just waiting around the corner, maybe hidden in the most unexpected place? Well, for old Farmer Briggs, that adventure was tucked away in his dusty old barn, and it all started with a sneeze. 70-year-old Farmer Briggs was cleaning out the hayloft, a place he hadn't touched in years. Dust bunnies the size of sheep tumbled around his feet. As he moved an old, forgotten chest, a cloud of dust exploded, and he let out a huge sneeze. The force of it knocked a loose floorboard, revealing a small, hidden compartment underneath. And inside? A rolled-up piece of weathered parchment, tied with a brittle leather string. His heart skipped a beat. A map! It was a hand-drawn map of his own farm, but it looked ancient. Faded ink showed familiar landmarks. The old oak tree, the winding creek, the rocky outcrop. But there was one thing that was different. A big red X marked a spot deep in the woods at the edge of his property. Briggs's eyes twinkled with a kind of excitement he hadn't felt since he was a boy. Could it be? A real-life treasure map? He rushed back to the farmhouse, the map clutched in his hand. His loyal golden retriever, Buddy, greeted him at the door, tail wagging furiously. "Look what I found, boy!" Briggs said, unrolling the map on the kitchen table. Buddy sniffed it curiously, then let out a little woof, as if he understood the gravity of the situation. "What do you say, Buddy? Shall we go on an adventure?" Buddy barked in agreement, spinning in circles. The next morning, with a shovel over his shoulder and Buddy trotting ahead, Farmer Briggs headed for the woods. The map was tricky to read. The landmarks had changed over the decades. The giant boulder was now covered in moss and vines, and the three sister trees were now just two old stumps and one towering pine. He felt a bit lost. "I don't know, Buddy," he sighed, sitting on a log. "Maybe this is just a wild goose chase." Just then, Buddy started acting strange. He wasn't chasing squirrels or sniffing rabbit trails. Instead, his nose was glued to the ground, and he began pulling insistently on his leash, leading Briggs in a direction that didn't quite match the map. He led him through a thicket of ferns and around a cluster of rocks that Briggs had never noticed before. Finally, Buddy stopped at the base of a huge, gnarled maple tree and started digging frantically, dirt flying everywhere. "Whoa, boy, what have you found?" Briggs chuckled. He looked at the map again. The X wasn't here, but Buddy was convinced. His paws were working like little excavators. Curiosity piqued, Briggs joined in with his shovel. He dug, and after about 10 minutes, his shovel hit something hard with a loud clunk. His heart pounded in his chest. Carefully, he cleared away the rest of the dirt. It was a small metal box, rusted and heavy. With trembling hands, he pried open the lid. Inside, nestled on a bed of faded velvet, wasn't gold or jewels. It was something far more precious. There was a collection of faded photographs of a young couple on the farm his own parents. There was his mother's locket, a small, hand-carved wooden bird his father had made for him when he was a baby, and a bundle of letters tied with a ribbon. The letters were from his father, written to his mother while he was away at war. They spoke of his love for her, his dreams for the farm, and his hope for their future son Briggs himself. Tears welled up in the old farmer's eyes as he read the words. This wasn't a pirate's treasure. It was a treasure of love and memory, buried by his parents for safekeeping. He realized the X on the map wasn't the final spot. It was a starting point, and the real treasure could only be found by following the heart, or in this case, a very smart dog's nose. Hugging Buddy tightly, Farmer Briggs whispered, "You found it, boy. You found the real treasure." As they walked back to the farmhouse with the setting sun casting long shadows, Briggs felt richer than any king. He had rediscovered his own story. A legacy of love hidden right under his feet. All thanks to a dusty old map and the best treasure hunting partner a man could ask for. Thanks for watching our story today. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming tales. See you next time.